Well, guys, last weekend was the Barrie Fall Fair, and I actually had 3 cars there. I had my Subaru, I had my Camry wagon, and I had a 2003 Camry V6. So, let's talk about this Subaru. You know what? We'll save that. Let's talk about this Camry. So this Camry here had no intentions of being ran at the Demolition Derby, and then a guy showed up here at 10 o'clock at night, the night before the Derby, and said, "Hey man, can I run that car?" I was like, "I don't know, man. We haven't really started it since Schaumburg. It's probably got water in the motor." Well, we were correct. You guys see all the rusty looking water over here? Yeah, that is how much water came out of this header. We put 4 new plugs into it, cleaned the water out of the engine. You can see the water splatter from the cylinders on the roof. And then she fired up and ran. Are you guys kidding me? This thing got another run, and he got cranked. He got hit so hard in this passenger side. I remember looking in the back of through the back of my Subaru and seeing him get cranked so hard that he looked like he was on a 45-degree angle about to go over. He got hit some damn good with it. It makes me laugh how hard he got hit, because that was a great shot. It really was. Before the Derby, we put a little bit of a bar on it to help with the cage a bit, and yeah, it was a pretty good Derby, believe it or not. So what ended up happening? It broke passenger driver's side ball joint. As you can see, the ball joint tie rod is all hanging down like that, so she flops around. The frame on this thing is kadinked pretty good, but what actually took it out is a passenger side axle broke. The outer broke on this side, which I'm gonna have to watch the video. We did have an in-car in this. I'm gonna have to watch the video to see if it even got hit on this side. But guys, that frame is kinked. This car is dinked. We couldn't even get the hood open, so we ended up just cutting all this back so you could see inside of it, and we can change the plugs and all that. But you know, it ran good. It did what it was supposed to do, and it is still a Camry. Like, it's still, honestly guys, it was doing really good. Let's go to this Subaru. I took it in figure 8. I came second in my first heat, which put me into the Consolation, and then I hot lapped to the Consolation and ended up getting hot, but they wetted the track, and I found out on the very first lap that I did not have an e-brake. So the figure 8 was kind of just a wash. Halfway through the Consolation, or my heat I think it was, is the fuel pump wires came off. So then I fixed that and kept going. Ended up laying one big hit in the figure 8, and this is what it did to my bumper. This bumper is the shittiest bumper I've ever had on a derby car. It was one hit, flattened, and then it ripped all right beside my welds. It was not a good bumper choice. It's like completely garbage. But let's talk about the weapon on this car, and that was the back end. My God! Yep. The back of this car did really good. I was very impressed with this back of the car. All the suspension held together. We're not even into the subframe yet, like at all. I'd really like to fix this thing. We're not into the gas tank protector, but the aluminum hatch did rip off, unfortunately. So we are probably going to remove the aluminum hatch from inside the car. Floor didn't buckle. Nothing gave way up here. Nothing at all gave way. Like, we are nowhere near cage on this. What took us out? I took a good tire shot and it folded this one over. He got door a bit. It was okay, guys. Door shots happen. I don't care. I gave him a thumbs up right away. But he folded this strut. So I don't think the Subaru struts are very strong. So he folded the strut over, and it kind of slowed me down a bit, but not enough to actually stop me. And then I don't even know how I got hit on this side, but it did look like a good shot, which folded the strut over, which put my tire into the strut, and then it broke this axle. So there was actually, let's see if I can actually just pull that axle out. There was two Subarus there, the Forester and this Outback. So they are getting more common, but maybe it's just these idiots like myself that are running them here. But what took him out is his passenger axle let go as well, and it actually came right out. So, yep, the axle broke. The axle broke. It'd be really cool if the rear axles were the same and I didn't cut them. But yeah, so I think the problem with these ones is actually going to be the struts and axles, because the rest of the car is holding together great. I don't think I made any really aggressive hits with the front end. I did hit the wall on the figure 8. I slammed on the brakes and I slid probably 40 feet into the wall, and that's what flattened the bumper. But the frame rails never moved on this. There's no kinks. There's no nothing. Maybe that's a kink there. I don't know if that's a kink or not. I'll have to check. It kind of does look like a kink. But the front frame rails, and like, guys, we've done nothing to this. I didn't even end up putting the plates on it to hold it together. She did get hot. She didn't turn off because she got hot or anything, but it did get hot. But I'm only running a loop line, and I still have thermostat and everything in it. I would have liked to keep the button that turns off the traction control, because it did hit traction control a couple times inside the figure 8 ring, where it'd rev up and go boom. So I don't know if that's the figure 8, sorry, the 4-wheel drive system all being unhappy in this one. And we forgot to talk about the third car we had there. The third car we had there was the 2003 Camry V6 that I built for List Tool, that my buddy Nathan ended up buying off me to run in Drayton. Well, he ran it again in Barrie. He was doing really good. I think he was driving extremely smart with the back end. I'm going to have to watch his in-car. But what happened is he ran out of electricity. His battery died, and I guess his alternator isn't charging, so he ran out of electricity. It's just a classy thing to do, you know. Don't pay your electrical bill, and they take away your electricity. So we're going to tear this thing apart here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'm going to decide if I'm going to buy a whole bunch of new parts for it and see if we fix it or not. This one right here, I know we're going to fix, because I know we have the parts for it, so I don't even have to spend $1. It is a tie rod and an axle. And I can probably do that without even opening the hood, because, like, guys, I really don't think this hood's going to be opened at all anymore, ever again. So if we ever bend a strut to the point that we need to change it, it's time to scrap the car. But we will probably run this one again. It'll probably just be a loaner car that we take to like these loan shows that, you know, it's not worth any money, but it'd just be fun to go have a great time. But no, Subaru did really good. Hopefully we can take it apart here in the next couple of weeks and see what's going on, because I want to know if I should order parts for it or if I should just go buy another Subaru and take the parts off. I don't know. But what do you guys think? Did you guys enjoy the Subaru? Did you guys enjoy me doing something other than a Camry? Let me know down in the comments. This one right here, I think, was a 09, 010 Subaru Outback, and it did really good. I would have liked a little bit more if it was a full sub in the front, but listen, beggars can't be choosers. I'm happy with what I got. Ran great with 300,000 on it. It did really good, and I think that there was I think I hit a Cavalier hard enough to smash the whole back in. I know I folded a Focus wagon in half. I went nose to nose, the back of this to the nose of a Toyota Echo, and I don't think it fared very well. There was a Dodge product out there, and if any of you guys know, you don't mess around with the back of Dodge products. Well, I did with this, and it turned out okay. Like, realistically, the roof hasn't even gone yet, guys. Usually, like, if this was a Camry wagon, the roof would already be spiked up. No, it's coming in beautifully. I just need to make a little bit of tire clearance, and I think this thing would be good for another run. So thanks for watching, everybody. It means a lot to me. You guys keep coming back and watching my videos. We just hit 13,000 subscribers, and you know, guys, I'm only, I don't know, 87,000 away from a Google Play button. Joking, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Zach's Workshop.